And by the way, they figured it, we all figured it out because we built their shit from 1 million to 2 million real quickly. That was the whole point. Their whole shit wasn't to give me the content to build my YouTube. It was to use the content to build theirs. They wouldn't share it with me like how Joe is saying that he's down to. So you pay for the cameraman, you pay for the production, you pay for this, you pay for that. But the end product, which is the content, you're saying you're down to share it with the people who... You ever realize I never uploaded Everyday Struggle episodes on my channel? The most I ever did was, and I had to get explicit permission to use portions of it. If y'all watch when I described the Migos thing, I had permission. I used portions of it. I did not own the footage. Joe is literally telling his audience who are sucking the dick of the Two Stooges, hey, they wanted a piece of what I was doing, what I built up myself. And I told him, hey, I'll give you, you can use the footage as well. You just got to build up a YouTube yourself. Since when everything Joe is talking and preaching turned to the point and the fact where you don't have to build anything yourself. The Stooges, I told them, go build another podcast if you really want leverage. You build a podcast without Joe and that shit lit, Joe gonna have to talk to you different. They didn't want to do that. Put the same episodes on your YouTube. If they come on your YouTube more than Joe got to talk to you about some shit. They didn't do that. Why are y'all mad at Joe? They're lazy. They're bums.
No other place would do that. But you my man, so you can, right, Ian? They wouldn't. But you my man, so you can have it. Go build your YouTube page. Same for Maul. You both can have access. You know what happened?
They didn't build.
Behind every company, there's a time-tested engine keeping it moving. By earning your account...
Appear, if that's the thing, I appear more than everybody that's ever been at Complex on Everyday Struggle to the tune at least of 15 episodes or more. More than Joe, more than Wayno, more than Nadeska, more than any guest. I out-appear everybody. Yet I don't believe that I deserve to own it. You know why? I came in after it was created. Now, maybe in the future I could have negotiated that, hey, listen, now Everyday Struggle is synonymous with me. I want to own a piece of this. Maybe. I'm not saying that is impossible. That's why you do business. But for me to come in something that Joe and Complex already had in place, I worked basically almost a year with Joe. Then they gave me the keys, and then me, Wayno, Star, we figured it out. From 2018 to like 2019. And then pretty much it was 2020. I feel like we were really doing some shit, but it ended then. If you want me to say that I felt like I owned the shit, you're going to think I'm RUURY and Mealy Mall because I'm not delusional. Why do y'all think that those bums own any part of the Joe Budden podcast? Why do y'all think that? I want to know. Why do y'all think they own any part of it? Oh, the hell built it. Nigga, who built Everyday Struggle more than me? When niggas left, I was there. When niggas didn't want to do it, I was there. When they fired producers, I was there. When they changed over, like, associate producers, I was there. I was there with everybody. When the desk was sick, I was there. I was there, everybody. But did I own it and create it? No. What are y'all learning from whatever business y'all are thinking about? Y'all could keep thinking that. I'm telling y'all the facts. Let's keep it going.
Was it not a flat fee?
It was a number based on the expenses we projected to have, which went well above and beyond what we projected. But nonetheless, we wanted to give them some assurance so that they could plan life, whatever that means. Talk about rentals.
And they went through whatever their deal points were with their respective attorneys at the time, and we negotiated, and we came up with something between these gentlemen and myself, and I had a situation with Spotify. How do I say this?
Say it, my
I want to be respectful.
No, say it. No, say
Yeah.
it, Joe.
Yes.
Joe, this your problem, Joe. You have these bitch-ass niggas having you muzzled like you some type of bitch, and you're talking to them because you're coddling their feelings. They've taken the gloves off with you. They got lawyers emailing you, nigga. They're not dealing with you like a friend. What you want to call you? You want to come on the podcast? Oh yeah, no, yo, RUURY, that's my guy. Bro, they're dealing with you as if you are in breach of contract, like you stole from them. Why the fuck? This is why exactly you don't want to go in business with your friends. A lot of y'all keep talking about what Joe said. Joe said, cool. Joe is late to handling this the right way. He's late. He's late. He's so late. Let me put it like this in radio terms, since I guess podcast is almost a new radio. Niggas like RUURY and Mealy Mall, after their actions the first time around, would never be allowed on air again. You will never be allowed on air. They were allowed to go on air and try to spin even more the narrative in their favor after they took off 6 fucking weeks. If you do that and you are signed to a huge company that's on radio airways, you will never get back on that platform to explain your side again. Go on your Instagram live, go anywhere, but you will not go back on that platform. Joe brought him back on. Bro, I'm a grown-ass man. I had to handle business myself. Why y'all dealing with a nigga who's 40? He's Jay-Z pre-cum. Don't he got every fucking, asset available to him to, deal with his shit? And then the other nigga, he's grown as fuck. Why y'all acting like they're kids, like Joe's taking advantage of them? The nigga been on the podcast for 6 years. He was at least 22, 23.
You know, we're just numbers to the companies. They don't, last podcast, I was trying to say the Jay-Z so what thing, but it's really so what? Like, nobody
Let me
cares.
skip through some shit.
Not see the light of day unless it's a Joe Budden project. Acting under the guise of friendship. And see, that's the respect part. When you eliminate the contract and all of these things that the respect emulates through, when you eliminate that, I mean, if you don't know what's in there and you don't know what we're supposed to be doing versus what's happening, you can't talk to me about fucking respect. What should have happened at Spotify was, if Spotify did the right thing, we would have got a big deal at the end. Guess what? It didn't happen. So what? So what? Who's affected by it? What's happening? I sleep great at night. That was never going to happen.
It was a bad deal.
Hey, to Joe Budden's audience, if you're in here, let me talk to y'all niggas. Because y'all are dumb. My chat niggas smart. Y'all dumb as shit. I keep seeing a narrative, Joe robbed these 2 niggas of an opportunity to be multimillionaires. Y'all are acting like Joe built this podcast to get 2 other niggas rich, or even himself. Joe been had money. Maybe not all the time you thought it was like, $10 million, but he was never starving. He was never saying, hey, I've been used to this lifestyle, give me the opportunity to be a millionaire. His whole thing, which that's why I keep telling y'all, Joe turned down the money at Complex. Joe turned down a bunch of shit because he was fighting his fight. It became a thing where the fucking dumbass audience of Joe is then siding with, wait, why Joe turned down a deal that could make these guys millionaires? When Joe got with these niggas, that wasn't his goal. Why should its goal be that now? But I know why you think it should be that now, because them niggas told you.
My new money.
Let's get back to deals. Because I own this, I am going to always be, because I own this and because I have a 21-year history with the industry and with the people in it.
Chat, the whole thing was fucked up because Joe speaks like that. Joe owns it. If you don't feel Joe owns it, you're an idiot. He owns it. He owns it. He owns the IP. He's the guy that without him, it can't be a podcast. Because he owns that. If he is, and by the way, from what I'm hearing, it looked like he was so, like, he's such a good guy. He told them, hey, if we make $1, we could split it as per this percentage. Don't mean y'all own shit. He's saying that we will split the profits if we get a profit, but y'all don't own it. Why are y'all trying to tell him what he could do with his own product if y'all don't own it?
With an audience, the Joe Budden podcast, if you want to talk business about it, the call is coming to me. I shouldn't have to say this, right? That call comes to me. And guess what? If it didn't come to me and it came to you, the first thing they would say to you is, do you own it?
I do not.
Get out. Go get the guy that owns it and bring him in here. That's what they would say. Am I off?
Not at all. Not at all.
So my issue with RUURY, and I say RUURY, in particular RUURY, why is it him? Why is it him?
Why is what who? Why is it Rory what? Why is what Rory?
Why don't I put more of this on Rory?
I've wondered that.
If Rory was here, I was coming to ask him if he is a liar, if he is a manipulator, if he willfully and purposefully misleads, if he believes his words to match his actions, and are you misunderstood or do you misunderstand?
I think people have accused you of the first several of those questions.
Give it to me.
I think people think that you come up in here and preach ownership and maybe aren't giving the guys ownership.
No.
That's a thing that I've seen.
Well, with me, Parks, and I just closed a few deals like this, it's a long road. And I know shit get heavy and shit get weird and money changes people and things change people. At any point, somebody could get up and leave. And that's important. You want that. Ian and I don't have a contract. I say that all the time, right?
Happy about it.
And it's a blessing.
I don't have a contract with any of y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I love
It's
it.
the best
If
thing
I don't
ever.
want to talk to you again, I'm not.
That's it.
Likewise.
If I want to fire Ian in the morning, I'm getting rid of him. If he want to leave,
Call
he
me.
can.
Yeah.
Me and Corey never had a contract. There's strength in that, but only if you know it.
Right.
Only if you know it. So anyway, we get back to the audit. If you want to audit me, you got to go. You got to go. Like, you can't put toothpaste back in the tube. Rory is sitting around wanting to know what the Spotify deal was.
6 years ago.
It's over. That ship has sailed. It is over. With basic...
Rory, you fucking bum. I told your dumbass you should have stopped lying to the public, nigga. Academics don't lie about a motherfucking thing, and Joe ain't tell me shit. I knew it. I looked in your eyes when Joe was talking about Spotify. I looked in your eyes. You had no fucking idea what was going on. You had no fucking idea what Joe was saying. You were hearing shit for the first time, you fucking bum. But yet you fixed your mouth to talk about me. Oh, Ack is dumb. You know, you're like, he just be like drunk. Are you an idiot? This is your boss talking. This is your master talking. He's not talking that highly of you. He says you asked him a question and he said you got to go. Remember the last time I streamed and I said, yo, What Complex did was where they fucked up, they showed the workers what was going on with all the money coming in. Because truth be told, if McDonald's showed the average worker, this is how much money we made off of you and this is what we paid you, you feel away. Employing somebody is kind of almost keeping them from the information to know how much you're making. You know why? They're comfortable with what they're making until they know what you made. That's all across business. So you hear RUURY trying to figure out, yo, what was the Spotify deal was? How are you going to try to figure that out after the deal is done when you was dick riding Joe while he was talking about the deal and turning down the next deal? How? RUURY, you see, you and Mealy Mall, my life mission has been for niggas to never ever take niggas like your voice as any type of, having any type of credence or credit, having any type of validity. Because it was niggas like you that wanted to lead people to think that people like me was idiots. Except we're hearing you get exposed by your boss.
You can refer to your contract and look at what you're paid and on, and you would have the number. You would have anything that you want to have. But you're lazy. It reeks of laziness. There's no effort in this plan.
Parks, you don't even have to interject. It's laziness. Parks, you're an engineer. I don't even think they kind of they list you. You're probably engineer talent. Parks, I want you to answer this if you ever see this. Did I not say if y'all really wanted to negotiate or have leverage with Joe, go build something apart from Joe? You can never, ever know your worth if you're sitting next to Joe every single time. For like damn near approaching 20 years, he's built up an audience that spanned 15 years. He's had a rap career that gives him validity with certain ears. He's done so much that when he sits next to you, shit's going to be different. I'll give you the story. I love my sister. And that's why I love her so much. She's amazing. She rolled with me. I roll with her. And we both went through a lot of shit. Let me say this. The first year when Complex Con came around, I was going to Complex Con. Joe, he felt they'd negotiate with him late. Also, like it was happening to be the time that his girlfriend and future wife at the time was going to have a baby shower. He felt like, hey, this wasn't really in the contract. Yo, y'all got to treat us a little different. You know, Complex was just trying to get shit through. He said, you know what? I don't have to do it per my contract. I'm not going. I went. Me and Nadeska went. Nadeska was an employee for Complex at the time. I'm like, you know what? To entice me to come, they were like, yo, this is the first time you've seen the people. Like, you know, of course, we know you've been lit before we got you here, but damn, you know, we helped you a little bit. Like, damn, we could make it special with you interacting with an audience. Like, yo, this is the first time people could be like, yo, I've watched Akademiks for 4 years. Here he is. And I'm like, I fuck with that. That's true. I'm like, okay, cool. You guys gotta do it. Salute to my guy Cornell. He said, yo, you don't even, like, and I don't want to get too much in their business. You don't even want to know what we're charging for a booth at Complex Con. So all these little cool outlets, they're charging my arm and a leg. It's the coolest place to be. If you want to showcase an item, sell an item, promo some shit, we're going to give you a pretty decent sized booth. It came from primarily my media career. So you're around me and music isn't that profitable, but everybody's looking at me like, yo, Ak is the guy with a lot of money and you're helping him with music. Now, I'm at a loss with music in terms of money, but he's watching me buy this, buy that with money that's coming from other shit, and people are advising him, yo, no, you should pay you more. So I had to tell him I'm at a loss. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ask Chosen. I said, I'll show you everything. Nigga, I Uber you to the studio, it's $100. Nigga, I paid $20,000 here to this studio that you like to record at for this month. Then I paid $22,000 the next month. Then I paid this then. Let's look at what you made me. Nobody. You see, that's where you separate the bosses and the workers. Because once you start talking about what you've made versus what you're getting paid, they stop asking. Oh, no, never mind. Nah, them niggas is tripping. Wait, you don't want to see how much you have lost me? Oh, but I guarantee if it was a conversation about how much you made me, you would love to partake, huh? That's what's going on here, Chad. I'm telling you. This isn't the shots to Chosen. Chosen's a good guy. When it comes to that, it's not shots to him. I'm explaining what y'all don't realize. You know what Mealy Mall and what's that nigga named RUURY is looking at? Yo, Joe, you got new teeth. Yo, you living better. You just moved to this place. They're watching his pockets. Here's the thing. And this is what I was trying to say. Joe Ben told them, though, publicly, I'm making more money from everything besides the podcast. I'm making millions from Love and Hip Hop. I'm making millions from motherfucking going to do this thing with the pull-up. I'm making money everywhere else. Unfortunately, when people feel like they have completely contributed to what you have done, they start thinking that, well, I'm the reason why you're doing that. The state of the culture check that Joe Budden gets. Do you think that he needs to answer to RUURY about why he got extra hundreds of thousands or millions? Do you think he needs to answer why Mona Scott hit him up for Love and Hip Hop and she paid him millions of dollars potentially? Do you think he got an answer to RUURY? Well, let me tell you, that's what they're asking. And I understand because niggas asked me that. I had to break down to my team, hey, I hire all of y'all. There's only one nigga who will get paid rainy day, up or down. And it's my nigga Leaf. You know why? He was with me with this media shit before it made $1. So now we could make a little earning. He'll always get paid. I had a situation when it came to music. I had another situation when it came to some other business. You know, I told everybody, you'll get paid as long as this check exists. But you know what they eventually look at? But you still getting money? No, it has nothing to do with you. You're only getting paid if music is profitable. My media company will always be profitable. That doesn't mean I just blindly cut you a check. You're helping me not with media, with music. Now you might be like, yo, Ak, why are you telling us this? I'm telling you this because what these bums are talking about in terms of auditing, they're thinking Joe is hiding money from them because of Joe's lifestyle. Except Joe been a celebrity.
In a relentless world, connected